Thank you for joining us as usual. Welcome to the Evening Rush 90.3 Voice of the People FM. Sincere apologies for starting a bit behind schedule again today. However, we are here to serve you as it is hot, as it is steaming and cooking. All right, so you know how we do it on the Evening Rush. We get to X-ray conversations that have been on the front burner. Practically in the mouth of everyone in Nigeria, and that is what we are looking at today. So Lagos, let's get to business. First on our lineup of conversation today, confirm or deny leaked Yes Daddy audio within 3 days. Islamic group Murik tells Peter Obi and Bishop Oyedepo. We'll get to look at that and details of it later on the show. Decide presidential poll petitions before May 29. Agbakoba and Shoyinka says, who are they telling? That is telling the Supreme Court, right? And then let's look at other matters that that are on the front burner, right? Foreign investors shun Kano, Rivers, Ogun, and 24 Nigerian states. So that is to say that just less than 10 states, about 10 states or 9 states and the Federal Capital Territory, just the states that are attracting foreign investment. How good enough is that for us? We'll also get to look at that. And of course, despite dollar restriction, you can't believe this. Nigeria has imported over 300 billion naira worth of palm oil. The home of banga soup, the home of ofako, the origin of these things. We have imported over 300 billion naira worth of palm oil. We'll be looking at that in the course of the discussion too. And of course, the purpose is to enlighten you, to inform you, and all of that. Okay, so according to a new report by KPMG, it says it's forecast that Nigeria's unemployment rate may hit or is going to hit 40.6% over subsidy removal. You'd recall that Nigerian government or the federal government is billed to remove subsidy from June. Handover is in May. Subsidy is going in June. All right, we'll look at that. So that is to say that 40% of you people will not have work. That's what this report says. Meaning that 40% or 40.6% of Nigerians will be jobless. All right, so moving on, subsidy removal will set Nigeria on fire, NLC warns federal government. But then is it also fair that the subsidy is benefiting more of a few number of people than it is supposed to benefit the entire populace? We do not know about that, but these are the conversations that we have on the front burner, Lagos. Let's begin to dissect them one at a time, shall we? After this break, stay with us. Rush with Precious, featuring sound and informed guests across various sectors to discuss matters arising on Hot Topic Pod.
What was the rate of inflation, and then what was the exchange rate?
Intense conversations, critical analysis.
What is wrong with us 200 million people? We can't even give ourselves.
We sometimes disagree.
When we say our GDP is not an oil dominated,
to agree.
Hey, like what's going on here? I saw that.
On Hot Topic Pali, Monday to Friday, 6:15 p.m. to 9 p.m. 90.3 Voice of the People FM, Lagos. Now you have a voice. Yes, Lagos, you are welcome back. This is 90.3 Voice of the People FM. And of course, let's delve right into the conversation. So, a former president of the Nigerian Bar Association, Dr. Olisa Agbakoba, SAN, has urged the Presidential Election Petitions Tribunal to conclude petitions on the February 25th presidential election before the inauguration date of May 29th. That is before the inauguration of a new president. So the Independent National Electoral Commission declared All Progressives Congress presidential candidate Bola Ahmed Tinubu as the winner of the February 25th presidential election. But the candidates of the People's Democratic Party PDP, Atiku Abubakar, and Labour Party's candidate Peter Obi, who came second and third respectively, of course, rejected the outcome of the election and have filed petitions at the tribunal to challenge it. Agbakoba, in a statement he personally signed on Monday, the day before yesterday, urged the tribunal to adopt the procedure used for speedy conclusion of arbitration matters in its approach to these cases. There is no point delaying it. Act expeditiously. He also listed 3 items in the presidential election petition that can be resolved using procedures he recommended. He said, I set out 3 issues in the presidential election petitions that are resolvable by application of procedural orders and or directions which may peremptorily decide some of the judicial's jurisdictional and procedural issues stated in the petitions as follows. 1, he said, interpretation of section 134 of the 1994 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as to whether securing 25% of votes in Federal Capital Territory Abuja is compulsory to be president. Is a candidate permitted to stand for presidential or vice presidential election when he is at the same time a senatorial candidate? That is another matter. And the third one is issues relating to qualifications of candidates to stand for presidential elections. And if the petitions were arbitration proceedings, an arbitrator may issue a procedural order directed to counsel to address all complex disputes, and the arbitral tribunal will deliver what is called a partial final award. So Agbakoba expressed the belief that between the tribunal and Supreme Court, the petitions can be resolved within 7 days to cool the temperature on the issue of interim government. We still have over a month to the handover. And he is saying between the tribunal and the Supreme Court, they can actually ensure that they work on this judgment within 7 days, the two of them. So it is not that hard. It shouldn't take that much time. If we follow how proceedings of tribunals have been happening in this country, it takes months, sometimes a little bit over a year before it's resolved. So he's saying that in this particular instance, it is very unnecessary for it to take that long because tensions are already too hyper and high, especially because of all that is being said, at the corner. So it would be very unnecessary to delay further, passing judgment on the case in any way, especially delaying it till May 29th, the new handover date. So it is better, and it will be expected that both the tribunal and the Supreme Court, the tribunal, that is the appeal court, and the Supreme Court would act expeditiously and ensure that they pass judgment on these cases, the different tribunal cases, before May 29th. That's what he said. And as a matter of fact, Nobel laureate Wole Soyinka also buys that idea, amongst other things that he of course discussed that has been causing a lot of uproar on social media. He said a lot. I wouldn't want to quote him. He did say, one, that he did advise Atiku and the PDP's presidential candidate and the All Progressives Congress presidential candidate to step down for the younger ones. He said that. And then he also did say that he did warn the Labour Party's presidential candidate that if you lose election, it will be your supporters who would do that, who would make you lose.
But he actually said today, he said that they misquoted him on that Labour Party and obedience speech.
I'm glad. Then he also did fault very vehemently the interview of Dati Baba Ahmed, the vice presidential candidate of the Labour Party, where he did say that, where he said Dati Baba Ahmed was vehemently saying that swearing in a new government or the president-elect with the way the result is unconstitutional, without giving instance to the court to decide. And he keeps saying it, that it's not even questionable, that it is unconstitutional. And that would be killing democracy. And he did fault
an end to democracy.
Exactly. He did fault Dati Baba Ahmed on that too. And of course, State also mentioned this other case. So Lagos, this is one of the conversations that we have. And of course, it's on the front burner. I would like to see your thoughts and reactions on them. As usual, how we do it, phone lines are open, 0700 903 903 903. Let's get to take your thoughts and reactions on them. Moving on. Islamic group Muslim Rights Concern Murik has urged the presidential candidate of the Labour Party in the 2023 elections, Peter Obi, and the founder of the Living Faith Church Worldwide, Bishop David Oyedepo, to confirm or deny the authenticity of a leaked audio tape, now popularly called the Yes Daddy tape. The leaked audio tape that we cannot still verify how it was leaked. If someone's phone lines were illegally tapped, which is a criminal offense. All right. Just so we know, Murik said it wants to give the Drew a fair hearing before interrogating the content of the audio. The group said this in a statement issued on Wednesday by its executive director, Professor Ishak Akintola, and Obi said Obi and Bishop Oyedepo should deny or confirm the authenticity of the leaked phone conversation within 3 days. And okay, so this is actually according to Sahara reporters and other news outlets that have carried that, right? So we shall be waiting to see how this pans out. You would also recall that P2B had, however, reacted to the treasonable statement by the federal government through the Minister of Information and Culture, Alhaji Lai Mohammed. However, he did not necessarily react to the leaked audio tape, and perhaps that's why Murik is, indulging him or requesting or demanding that he explains or reacts to that audio tape as soon as possible. 3 days is the ultimatum he and Bishop David Oyedepo were given.
But I think Bishop Oyedepo on Sunday, while he was preaching, has said that he did not and never campaigned for any. This is not me holding brief for anyone, by the way. But he had said that he didn't campaign for any presidential candidate. That in fact, all the presidential candidates came to him for advice, and he did give them advice.
But even in that tape, we did not see any campaign. We just heard him saying, God will do it, God will do it, stuff like that. So he was quite diplomatic in that conversation. And if the conversation, as it were, as we did here, actually happened on the 24th, which is the election eve, and there is little or nothing you can do. Church service did not hold on the 24th, on the Friday preceding, on the Friday preceding the election. So how would he have ordered every member of his church that Friday to vote for Peter Obi that day? So if that audio was leaked on the day that he said that conversation happened on the day that it was said that it happened, then I do not see the much weight that conversation would have carried, or I don't know, but then this is just my open take. All right, Lagos, phone lines are open. Let's get to take your thoughts and your reactions on these conversations. 0700-903-903-903. We also have a WhatsApp line, by the way, so you can drop us a WhatsApp message. The WhatsApp number is 0700-903-903-9. 0700-903-903-9. That's the WhatsApp line. 0700-903-903-9. All right, Lagos, let's take your thoughts and reactions. Then before we go to us importing palm oil to the tune of 300 billion naira, this is very embarrassing for a country that should pride itself in agriculture. Hello, good evening. Hello. Okay, hello, good evening. Are you there? Hello. Okay, so if you can hear me, please do well to call back, right? The WhatsApp lines are also open, 0700-903-903-9. That's the WhatsApp line, 0700-903-903-9. But the number to call is 0700-903-903-903. Hello, good evening. What else that call? So let's move to our conversation on crude oil, which is very disappointing. So,
Palm oil?
Palm oil. Palm oil. It's palm oil now, right? Not crude oil now. Palm oil.
You said crude oil.
Did I say crude oil? Palm oil. Okay, so palm oil. So, despite featuring predominantly or prominently on a June 2015 list of import items not valid for forex by the Central Bank of Nigeria, you'd recall that June 15, the Central Bank of Nigeria did list items that are valid to be given forex, for, right? In fact, that list has been constantly reviewed. So, Nigeria imported at least 299.6 billion naira worth of palm oil from 2017 to 2022. This is according to an analysis by a foreign trade, and it is done by Daily Trust newspaper. I saw this report, I think it was on Tuesday, yesterday, and I was wowed. How can we be importing oil to the tune of 300 billion naira? thereabouts, approximately 300 billion naira, for a country like Nigeria that should pride itself in agriculture. So the reports which are released quarterly by the National Bureau of Statistics indicates that the product item palm crude oil is often among the top 5 imported agricultural products into the country. Top 5 imported agricultural products into the country. Palm oil, right? The oil palm tree produces high quality oil used primarily for cooking in developing countries. It's also used in food products, detergents, cosmetics, and to small extent biofuel. So according to the Governor of Central Bank of Nigeria, Godwin Emefiele, Nigeria imported 302,000 metric tons in 2017. We imported 302,000 metric tons of palm oil.
Did they say from where exactly?
Alone. I'm going to let you know where, despite placing her product in the foreign exclusion list. Now, this, according to experts, is due to the current productions not meeting local demand, as the 1.4 million metric tons averagely produced is below the 3 million metric tons consumed annually in Nigeria. So Nigerians, all of us, will consume about 3 million metric tons of palm oil. But what we can only produce locally is about 1.4 metric tons. So we have to source from other countries to
approximately half of what we consume.
We're able to, not even half. Not up to half. 1.4 is not up to half.
That's why I said approximately.
Approximately, yes. So, the reports gathered that the total figure of the product imported may be higher, as the NBS report did not include the amount of products imported in some quarters. A barrel of palm oil sells for over $600. Now, some of the countries that this importation are coming from is analysis show that Malaysia is majorly where the product is sourced from. And we have spent over 151.5 billion naira importing palm oil from Malaysia. 151.5 billion naira to import palm oil from Malaysia. This is embarrassing. And if my memory does serve me right, I don't know if I'm correct, I stand to be corrected now. I did hear in the past from a report that I did read long time ago that the first seedling of palm oil, of palm front, for some of those Asian countries, sub-Asian countries, was actually gotten from Nigeria.
Wow.
So they came to take their first seedling of palm front or palm.
And we are now importing from them.
And then we are now importing from them to this high tune. This is very, very alarming, extremely alarming. Now, analysis show that Malaysia is, majorly one of it. And then it's followed by India, still an Asian country, by the way. Ivory Coast. And from Ivory Coast, we import at least 22.4 billion naira worth. We import from China, palm oil from China, about 20.3 billion naira worth. Singapore, 20.6 billion naira worth. Indonesia, 17.1 billion naira worth of crude oil. Colombia, 1.4 billion naira. Even United States, Ghana, Cameroon. We are importing palm oil from these countries. Palm oil, not crude oil. Palm oil that we cook with. That, that we are the headquarters of Ofakum. We are the original owners of Banga soup. And we are importing palm oil from these countries that were mentioned. Lagos would like to take your thoughts and your reactions on these conversations. All right, so you did hear the first one. Confirm or deny leaked Yes Daddy audio. Morik has told the Labour Party's presidential candidate Peter Obi, and of course the General Overseer of Living Faith Church to confirm that report within 3 days. And of course, you know that Murik is Islamic group, Muslim Rights Concern. That's their full name. Let's take your calls now. 0700-903-903-903. 0700-903-903-903. That's the number to call. The WhatsApp line is 0700-903-9039. For those watching from the diaspora on YouTube, you can also call the WhatsApp line. It's easier for you and less expensive. So it is 0700-903-9039. 0700-903-9039. Lagos, let's go.
for here. Put am for in neck. Burn am. Yes, I no go find better work do. Na yahoo dem go dey do. Burn am. Stop!
Dat person wey you wan born, if it dey innocent, no go carry person blood put for your head. Jungle justice no good at all. Stop am.
You wey light the fire, you no get heart. Say no to jungle justice.
You uncle wey follow for the crowd dey look wey dem dey born person. You no stop them. E dey do you like film, abi? Your hand sef no clean o. You fit enter gbege. Stop the lynching. Stop jungle justice.
Under the criminal law for Lagos State, person wey start jungle justice, those wey support am and those wey just sit down look, all of them fit rot for jail. My name na Benjamin Hundeyin, Lagos State Police talk person. Stop jungle justice.
This message now from Lagos State Police Command
and VOP 90.3 FM.
Yes, Lagos, you are welcome back. Still 90.3 Voice of the People FM, and it is still the evening rush. And the hot topic this evening, we are looking at of course, the variety of issues. One first and our front burner of conversation this evening, Murik to Peter Obi and Oyedepo. Confirm or deny yes that he leaked tape so we can give fair hearing. That's what they said. And they're giving 3 days ultimatum for them to confirm or deny the yes that he leaked tape. And I did say that I give you details of that conversation. So the other conversation we had was Wole Soyinka and Olisa Agbakoba said that there is need for the presidential poll petitions to be decided before May 29th. So it's saying decide presidential poll petitions before May 29th. That would douse the tension that we have right now in Nigeria. And the other conversations that we have and that we have been having this evening, is of course the palm oil thingy that is a bit embarrassing. So,
I remember those days. We used to have palm plantation development, something like Abia palm, Reef palm, I think Delta palm, and all of those palm plantation producing stuff. So what happened to them? Are they not producing palm oil anymore? Are they closed? Why are we importing palm oil?
I can't tell.
What happened to those plantations?
This is really very embarrassing. And then we do know that so many families were also producing in their own local quantities.
Locally,
that they were also, so is it that the population is now so much, just like the report said, the demand is now so much. We demand about 3 million metric tons, and what we can produce locally is only 1.4 million metric tons.
And the thing is, we don't even hear about those plantations anymore.
So that means production may have declined.
Probably.
Because Nigerians were making a lot of money in the past from the exportation of palm oil.
State governments were really making, I think state governments were really invested in those plantations those days. And it was really, people were employed. Do you understand? Like, it is unemployment and all of that.
So now we have, and some of the governors or some of the government that were involved in this were the governors that are now saying that their states are civil service states. So that is to say that most of these states actually have avenues for
and they can
creating employment in their states. This is, very worrisome. Lagos phone lines are open 0700 903 903 903. WhatsApp 0700 903 9039. I have my messages coming up already. Good evening, Precious. I can see where this whole thing of Yes Daddy video is leading. Obi has nothing to confirm or deny. I beg. He has the right to his private conversation. If Nigeria goes into flame, those that released it will have themselves to the blame. As a matter of fact, NCC has denied culpability in the leakage of that audio tape. You would recall that the Labour Party's presidential candidate media aide had accused the NCC of being the one of, being complicit for that audio leaking or that conversation, because it's a telephone conversation,
right?
So they had accused the NCC, but NCC has denied that. But they said they will investigate how that happened.
I hope they do.
By that investigation, I don't know if it means that they probably may think that maybe it's from our end. So let's see how it happened from our end. Because from all indications, it's either the phone lines were tapped, from what experts have said, or it was leaked from the source, which is NCC. So we can't tell yet. But let's go to our phone lines. Hello, good evening. Hello. What is happening to the phone lines? Hello, good evening to you. Hello. Can you hear us? Good evening. All right, for some reasons we can't hear you. I don't understand what's happening to the phone lines. If you can hear us, please ensure that you call back. You can also call the WhatsApp line if it makes it easier for you to reach us. The WhatsApp call, for WhatsApp call, it is 0700 903 9039, 0700 903 9039, while the number to call is 0700 903 903 903. To you. Hello, good evening. Are you there? All right, I'll go to this. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, a very good evening to you. Welcome. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Chinonso.
Your name is what?
I'm calling from Sowore.
Chinonso.
I'm calling from Sowore. Yeah.
All right, go ahead, please, Chinonso.
For me, I want to talk about the one of the lawyer. I don't post somebody. I don't get the surname very well.
Agbakoba.
Yes, I want to talk about what he said because I listened to the man. I watched the interview on Harassing, and he was talking about the judgment in two parts. Which the first one, part A, is just a judgment that you can sit within 2 hours. You can deliver the judgment. There's nothing there to interpret. There's no technicality of the judges on that. But the one of election part B of bringing the evidence of election and all these things, that one can take time. That's why it's on me. What the man was saying is very, very true, except Nigeria, because he did some reference about Ghana and the Kenya. Their own passed 30 days, Kenya only just 14 days, and the judgment was delivered.
And everybody gets closure and moves on, right?
Yes, and everybody move on. The people that lose will lose. Everybody go home. But what is hitting up all this tension is because he said that even till now, the tribunal, the NGC have not said anything. That is what is hitting all this politics around all the whole Nigeria. And he talk about that 25%. This is just layman understand. It's just a simple English. He said he cannot take him more than 2 hours to deliver judgment there. But it's just that Nigeria, they don't want this country to move.
But he's not a judge, he's a lawyer. He's a judge that has a decision to deliver judgment.
He's also a former
Nigerian
former
president. I know that. That doesn't make him a lawyer.
Yes.
That doesn't make him a judge.
So do you enough to inspect and scrutinize the whole electoral materials and all of that?
No, the man said something. He said he's two parts. That judgment is two parts. The petition is two parts. Somebody said you do not meet this requirement. That requirement of 25% in Abuja, which our constitution says, it cannot take you 2 hours to judge that case. You can't. Even a layman student can judge pass that judgment. But what is that is holding them? Not to just deliver that one so that we know what is going on. But why this thing is going on like this? If you go on and on 29 May and you swear the man in, it is going to cost a lot of things because you cannot abandon the tribunal case and swear somebody's in. It's not done that way. But he said he's begging NGC to come out and make statements. That is it, especially that part A.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you for your contribution. All right. Good night. Hello. Good evening. Oh dear, I lost that. It is 0700-903-903-903. That's the number to call. But the one to send your WhatsApp message to is 0700-903-903-9. All right. So I have a few messages here. Andy Ike Wono from YouTube says, from unemployment to palm oil importation to subsidy removal, etc., these guys called Nigerians are in a big trouble. I'll be smarting. So in case you did not hear that headline, KPMG says or is forecasting that unemployment rate in Nigeria is likely to go as high as 40.6% in June when they remove subsidy. 40.6% at the removal of subsidy. You would also recall that the National Bureau of Statistics is yet to actually give us the actual statistics of the actual unemployment statistics.
For years now, right?
Yeah, for a while now, we've not really gotten it. So we can't even tell. So KPMG is a private establishment. So this is like a private investigation as an auditing, an independent auditing firm. So that the ones, that came out with this report. So we can't tell what the actuality is. Hello, good evening. Hello, are you there?
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening. Help me turn up the volume of your radio set, please. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Hello?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You see, the problem we have in Nigeria.
What is your name,
Okay,
sir?
my name UK Satellites.
Okay, you're welcome. Go ahead, sir.
The problem we have, we left judges too long to practice their laws. So they are easily forgotten what they're supposed to do. I'm facing business. That is the problem we are facing. That is where where we are now. Is where we will continue. If they never change, let them continue practicing their law, so that they will not forget what Nigeria wants. That is my opinion.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
It, thank you. All right, Rashid Zibili says, Nigerian politicians, what did we do to you? Let Nigerians become great again. Please, for God's sake. Calm down. Thank you, Rashid. I appreciate your message. And hey, WhatsApp messages are pumping into India numbers. Let's see. Andrew says, good evening, Precious. I can see where this whole thing. Okay, it's Andrew that sent in that message. Where he said, I see where this whole thing is coming from. Obi has nothing to confirm. If Nigerian goes into flame, let that those who release the tape have themselves to be blamed. Andrew sent in that message. And then this message says, the phone line is not going through. Apologies. I don't understand what's happening to the phone line. Apologies. I see people are having difficulty reaching us on that phone line. Please forgive me. Just keep trying, please. Thank you. The government are not. You can call the WhatsApp line if the direct line is giving you an issue. Please call this line that you sent your WhatsApp message to. You can call it so we can, have you communicate with us. These governments are not importing any oil. Rather, they are collecting money. Calm down. He said, because I don't see why we should. I'll come back to your message. I'll come back to it, but let me go back to the phone lines. Hello, good evening to you. Hello. Hello. Hello, good evening. Are you there? All right. I honestly do not understand what is happening to the phone lines, but you can probably try to reach us on the WhatsApp line. Perhaps it will be easier. So just call the WhatsApp number instead. Let's see if it will be better for us. Hello, good evening. Are you there? Hello.
Good evening, my sister. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Please help me turn up the volume of your radio set.
I just did.
Okay.
Sorry.
What's your name, sir? It's okay. What's your
My
name,
name
sir?
is Mr. Yugo. Mr. Yugo, I'm calling from Ikeja.
Mr.
Yugo
calling from Ikeja. You're welcome. Go ahead. Let's hear you.
Yeah, the palm oil mostly that's been brought from Malaysia. Actually, it's the people that manufacture Indomie that do that a lot because they use. Hello. Oh, okay. Because they use the palm oil in the manufacturing of Indomie.
The manufacturing of what?
Indomie.
Eh? Okay,
yes.
palm oil. To make
Yes.
noodles. That's what you say?
Noodles.
Oh, wow.
Not noodles, the instant noodle.
Okay, the instant noodle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, they use it to refry it because it's more like refried noodle.
But I thought
So why do they not source that from Nigeria? Why are they importing it?
Okay. Secondly, when you go to the areas that produce this palm oil, a lot of the trees have been overgrown. They're not replanted. You don't have people. You go to the villages,
So no
all the young
maintenance.
men that normally go in the bush and cut down this the palm fruits. They're no longer doing it. They're interested in doing Yahoo or doing all that.
They
thing.
move to the
They
city,
don't want to
perhaps.
plant. They move to the city. So some of them just rot there, and the government is not helping matter. So that's,
are we
that's part
saying
of the
there's a
reason.
dearth to our artisans in Nigeria? Because this thing you complained about, the young men who cut palm oil, it's not just about that. We even hear that the other time I was speaking to someone who, some artisans, bricklayers, carpenters and all that, they're saying that young ones are not coming to learn jobs from them anymore.
That's true.
So
Even in my
are we
village,
having a
I'm
dearth of
building a house.
artisans?
I'm building a house, and most of the people I hire are from either from Benin Republic or Togo.
Are you serious?
I'm serious. I'm talking about my village.
Because I hear that people are not even bringing in farmers.
So everyone is interested
from Benin
in
Republic,
white
from
collar
Togo.
jobs.
That's actually the truth.
So wait, you know this thing. Farming used to be a thing where you don't even have to own a farm to be a farmer. So there are people whose job it was to help clear bush, help plant, help weed for people. So you just pay them daily, and they go do those jobs for you. So that is almost going extinct now within Nigerians.
Yeah, that's really very, very. I don't know how we're going to put it. In my younger days, I remember during vacation we used to go into the bush and help our parents and all that. But now nobody does that anymore. Everybody wants to do something else. Nobody.
Maybe we should move to using machines in farming. Isn't that better?
But mechanized farming is also a thing now, isn't it?
Sorry?
I said mechanized farming is also a thing, isn't it?
Yeah, but the problem with mechanized farming is you don't have a lot of people that own, like acres and acres of land, especially in the eastern part. We all have small portions of land, So for you to do mechanized farming over there, unless the government has to organize it or something.
Because it will be counterproductive.
Yes, you can't just I have half an acre here, somebody else have half an acre. Then you have to organize everybody to get it together. So there's so much stuff. Some people don't want to use there to farm; they want to build a house in there or build a shop in there. So that's maybe up north you can do that where you have acres of land. But especially in the southeast, I don't think that's really possible.
Wow, thank you. Thank you so much for sharing and calling. I appreciate you, sir. Thank you. Okay, here we are, Lagos. We are still on that conversation. Nigeria imports about 300 billion naira worth of palm oil. Meanwhile, KPMG says that unemployment rates may hit 40.6% at the removal of subsidy. Which way? How are we going to manage? What's the way to go? Even NLC has decried and said, the removal of subsidy will be frying us in Nigeria. It's not the exact headline, but this is just me rephrasing. Said it to be disastrous. All right, let's take your phone calls. Hello, good evening. Hello, are you there? Hello? Please, if you can hear me, you can call the WhatsApp line. If you can hear me, please call the WhatsApp line. I don't understand what's happening to this line. Hello? All right. So, still on our conversation. Of course, we did tell you earlier that about the Yes Daddy tape, the Muslim Rights Concern Islamic Group has given the Labour Party's presidential candidate, Peter Obi, ultimatum of 3 days together with Bishop Oyedepo. 3 days ultimatum. Confirm or deny the leaked audio within 3 days so that we can have fair judgment, so that we can judge you well. So confirm or deny it within 3 days. That is also in our friend Bernard this evening. And of course, not forgetting that former Nigerian Bar Association President Olisa Agbakoba said that the electoral tribunal, the presidential electoral tribunal, can decide the petitions before them before May 29th to quell, the tension or the tension in town. We'd love to take your thought on these. Hello, good evening. Hello.
Something is definitely wrong.
My
with
sincere
this
apologies. Almost everyone who's calling can't hear me. I'll get our engineers to work on the phone lines and then we'll get back to you. Please forgive us. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Desmond, calling from Ikotu.
Desmond from Ikotu, you're welcome.
Yes, sir. So, I want to ask you a question. Which group is asking people to confess within 3 days?
An Islamic group, Muslim Rights Concern, Murik. You know them. It's a popular Islamic group.
In Nigeria, yeah?
Yes.
I think just like Khan is, right?
That audio.
Okay. Like a body like Khan in Nigeria.
Okay.
Like Christian Association of Nigeria.
It's okay. That audio. If I should listen that audio properly, I'm not seeing David Oyedepo's voice there. Yes. You can check. Try to check from David Oyedepo's voice. You can understand. Even P2B is that his joined. They joined it. It's not his voice. And I don't think that P2B will say, please, I beg me, please, I beg me. No, I don't think so. I can swear for my life. What I would ask you to do, just try to find a way and get us David Oyedegbo's voice. Let's hear. Let's listen once more. Please. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for calling. So about that conversation, you'd also recall that Joe Igbokwe, an APC chieftain in Lagos State, has said that, well, as a matter of fact, that he heard from the grapevine that more embarrassing audio may be coming up. So the Labour Party and its presidential candidate may have to brace themselves because more embarrassing audio may be coming up. That's what he said yesterday, at least. Hello, good evening to you. Hello. Hello, good evening to you. Are you there? Hello. Hello, good evening. All right, unfortunately, we can't now hear you. Going back to the phone, you can call the WhatsApp line. The WhatsApp number is 0700-903-9039. 0700-903-9039. We seem to be having a bit of technical issue with direct call lines, so you can decide to call the WhatsApp line. Let's see if we would have a better conversation with that line. So let me just take a few WhatsApp messages that I have here. So this earlier I was trying to read it. It says this government, you did complain about WhatsApp number not being available, and I appreciate you. Thank you. So sorry, numbers are giving you hitch. I appreciate. Thank you. Engineers are working on that, and I'll get back to you on it. But let me take this call. I'll get back to that message. Hello, good evening.
Good evening. How you doing?
Hi, I'm very well. Thank you. Good evening. What's your name, sir?
My name is AY. I'm calling from Maryland.
AY, you're welcome. AY, promise to be a good boy.
Well, the thing about the truth is it hurts the people it hurts, and I speak the truth.
Just mind your language. You can say the truth without sounding offensive.
Okay, the people I'm offending know they're doing something wrong, but I appreciate you. I will keep it between the limits.
It's unacceptable on radio. I appreciate you.
Okay.
All right.
Yes, ma'am.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about the religious group up there. It's it's funny. People are selective. It's always funny, the hypocrisy. People are selective about the kind of selective outrage they are outraged by. When the outgoing governor of Kano was saying stuff in dollar notes in his Babariga, that wasn't haram, was it? There was no complaints, none whatsoever.
Nobody mentioned haram here.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. That wasn't something to speak over. When the clerics saying that anybody that doesn't accept the same faith ticket they are professing is an enemy of your faith. They were saying that. They didn't speak out against that. That was cool, but a fake audio that was diced and spliced is something that is causing contention, and everybody is running. Again, listen. As I said last week, listen. It's called a media blitz. It is a campaign of propaganda. Like you said, there's definitely gonna be more audio recording grapevine because this is a battle of public perception. That's all they have at this point. They're trying to distract and shift the narrative. The narrative is a court case. There is a court case and there are 5 items in said court case. We would like our reply in court. All this media propaganda is just to change the narrative. And you can see, I don't know if you saw that the Labour Party chairman, was it expelled lately?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Today?
So
the chairman, the secretary, I just didn't want to mention that.
About 5 of them?
About 5 of them.
Everybody, listen to the people that know who I'm talking. Let everybody calm down. This is turned to the battle of propaganda of public perception. They're trying to change the narrative, trying to rile people up. Let everybody calm down, go back to what we should be focusing on, this court case. And said court case, there's a provision in this evil constitution that says if the case is about public integrity, it should be televised. I believe there's something in the constitution that says there's no law that says this cannot be televised, is there? I checked. I'm asking. That's a legitimate question. I know you guys understand.
Obviously, you don't want me to respond to that. Just go ahead.
I checked, and I did not find a specific. In fact, the NBA chairman, if I'm not correct, wrote a letter in the last 2 weeks asking, like, let's get clarification on this live televised hearings. That's what we want to be focusing on, not voices that will become. I can create anything on my computer of any voices, please. Is a coordinated media blitz, and as I said before, they have compromised their line, so there will definitely be more. And the suspensions, there will be more suspensions. There will be more turncoats within the Labour Party ranks. This is a coordinated propaganda machine. They did it in 2015 with Jonathan. They want to try it with His Excellency, but it will not work. See, you're dealing with I even care to say the greater generation of Nigerians. I care to say these young people are going to save all of us. These young people are going to save our country. So you're dealing with too many smart people. This your media propaganda by the likes of FFK. You know the usual gang. It's 4 or 5 of them, FFK, Professor Kiyama, Dele Alake, the 4 or 5 people tweeting the room, they are coming up with this in their shadow echo chamber and trying to blitz us. Guys, this is a narrative changer. This is all fluff. Thank you.
Thank you for calling in. I appreciate you. Lagos. So if you've been trying to reach that smart number and it's still giving you issue, you can. I think we're having a bit of a network issue with that line. So you could try 081 644 25875. 0816 442 5875. That is 081 644 25875. Let's see if we get lucky again. Hello, good evening. All right, we can't seem to be lucky with this. So you can try to call the other line I told you about. I guess you should have a clearer conversation with that. So let me jump right, go back to our WhatsApp messages. I was trying to read some before we went on that break. This government are not importing any oil, rather they are collecting money, because I don't see why we should still import when we have many oil producers in Nigeria and the price of oil in Lagos very expensive. So which oil are we importing? What type of palm oil is that? Well, there was a caller who put a perspective to that and mentioned why, it's probably what it is, right? So you could think towards a direction. Hello, good evening.
Hello.
Yes, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah. I first of all, my name is Yagas. I'm calling from I'm calling from Istanbul, Turkey. Hello.
You're welcome. Go ahead.
Okay. First of all, I have to commend you guys at the studio. You guys are doing a wonderful work there.
Thank you.
I am bitter about how the narrative, all this narrative that the APC propagandists are pushing in Nigeria right now. Because it is obvious that the cleric association of the Muslim, they didn't talk for a while when some people were using some traditional something in Lagos to stop people from voting. We didn't hear their voice. We didn't hear their voice when there was Muslim tickets. So I don't know. All this Igbophobia is becoming too alarming. And it is not good for our democracy.
Nobody mentioned anything Igbo in this instance, and you know that. So I would rather you go ahead to make your point.
No, we know how they work. Because of all these things, all this brouhaha is all about P2B. It's all about P2B.
So what's your point exactly, sir?
My point exactly is that we should focus on the main issue. Election petition. We should focus. All these things, all these shenanigans by the APC are just, and all those corners, they are just to dribble us away from the main issues.
All right.
So I really want Nigeria to work, because we are having we are having a lot of difficulties to identify as a Nigerian in abroad. It is an embarrassment to all of us in abroad.
Thank you for calling. I appreciate you.
Okay, God bless you.
God bless you too. All right. Hello, good evening. Hello. If you can hear me, you can try to call the other line I told you, 081-644-25875. That is 081-644-25875. 081-644-25875. Apologies for that hitch that you're experiencing. Good evening, Precious. The country may not get better again because some selfish people are only the only agenda them is not Nigerian. I don't understand what you wrote here, but I appreciate you. Thank you. Ekele Odoma from Agege sent in that message. And then Patrick Onyanta from Ikotwe says, the palm oil issue is what it is because those in government get free money from Abuja monthly. Why bother themselves about palm plantation? Capital intensive wahala. That's what he said. So I think palm plantation is capital intensive. Is that what he's saying? Well, it is government, and that's why government has to come in. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, thank you for joining us. Welcome. I'm glad you can reach us.
Yeah, Precious, how are you?
Okay, Buenas tardes then.
Yeah.
So you just called me my Spanish name. I appreciate that. Preciosa. Well done. Go ahead.
Yeah. This is Flora calling from Onipan.
Flora, you're welcome. Go ahead. Let's hear you.
See, I'm tired of all these things that is going on every day. Today, this one will come up. Tomorrow, another one. I don't know where they want this country to go or be. I listened to that video very well, and I can tell you that voice is not Peter's voice. They just try to combine some kind of, try to imitate the way he speaks. So I had to listen to that video over and over again, to make sure that is what he's speaking. But because of the hatred they have for him, they are coming up with such things in order to disorganize the country, in order to distract us from the real issue that is in the court. Well, I pray that God should just, let God's kingdom come so that everybody will go and rest. We are tired of all this nonsense. Thank you.
Thank you for calling. Thank you. All right. Hi, Precious. The Islamic group and their subtle threat is mere empty statement. Are they... Okay, all right. I probably may not be able to read what you wrote here for some reasons. Chika from Lekki, I see your message and I appreciate you. Thank you. Hello, good evening. Hello, are you there? Can you hear us? Hello. All right, if you can hear us, please call the other number I mentioned. I called out. Hello, good evening.
Hello, Double P. Good evening.
Buchi from Switzerland. You're welcome.
How did you know?
Of course, I know Buchi's voice.
Nedu? Is it Buchi?
Is it Buchi? Nedu. See me calling you another name.
Promise, live make you the change my name. Now we can tell
I go change it when you don't give me different surname. Why I not go change it for you? Don't call me Precious Yakubu, Precious Wiki, Precious
Inek.
Precious.
Promise, live make you the change my name. Now we can tell her what you go do. Shebi Inek don't hack. Shebi Inek don't hack on her phone. You don't reconnect.
My friend, leave me alone, I beg, but you leave me. did you know the phone lines are giving issues?
Yes.
They are down. Thank you. All right, Buchi, let's have you share your thoughts. Did I say Buchi again? Ew.
Hey,
don't mind her.
I don't know what I said Buchi for.
Don't mind her.
Buchi said. Who is Buchi?
You're gonna watch this film. You're gonna watch this program. You can explain at all.
Who is Ucha home? Which home? Oh yeah, before I call you another Buchi now. Nedu, go ahead.
I saw the whole topics and everything is laughable. The clerics that are the groups that are telling P2B, giving him ultimatum to 2 days or 48 hours or whatever is laughable because of the kind of country we are living in. First of all, P2B responded to FG, but he don't want to respond to that conversation. If you know P2B very well, you will meet him also in court because of that conversation. Mark my words.
Okay.
It's either the people that release it, it's either fake or original. Someone have to meet him in court because of that thing. Believe me. The people gadget is the people that release it.
People Gazette.
The people gazette. The people that release it, because there are app. There is one app they call AI. With this one, Precious, promise, I can use with this app, someone can use your face, your voice, and it will look exactly like you are saying it. Even this is just voice and everybody is shouting. Why are we talking like we are not like we are technology, we are like technology behind? Nigeria is more technology advanced. We know all this. So, but I'm not here to defend anybody, but I promise Nigeria, they should mark my word. P2B, someone should be waiting for P2B in court because of that voice note. So, is either fake or original? Someone have to. If it's original, someone have to wait for him in court, because even if it's original, it's been doctored. If it's fake, someone have to wait for him. Someone have to face him in court, 100%. When he don't come out to defend things on time, quickly, he is building up something. I know that man. Believe me. Have a nice evening.
Thank you.
Thank
have
you.
a nice evening. All right. Hello. Good evening to you. Please help me now.
Hello.
Yes. Thank you so
Hello,
much.
good evening.
Thank you.
Yeah. This is Ifeanyi from Sowore.
Ifeanyi, you're welcome. Go ahead. Let's hear you.
All right. Quickly on the issue of the oil palm. Okay. The mass unemployment in the country. The youth don't want to work. I think because the system is behind times. Okay. There's mechanized farming. There's bank of industry. These things needs to be attractive for the youth to see reason why they should be entrepreneurialism. Cottage industries had died down. Loan disbursements, zero. So what attracts these people? Now, when there is loan disbursement, there's improvement in cottage industries like the way they do in China and other Asian countries, mechanized farming, incentive for farming, then...
Because I was going to mention incentives too, but let me let you on there.
Yeah, these crops, there's what we call rural migration, okay?
Of course.
Now,
people moving from the urban areas to the rural areas.
Even a lot of these youths in Lagos are tired of these societal norms in the urban area. Congestion, traffic, interview 100% of Nigerian youth. Let me say 40% want to be in the rural area where you see most Nigerians live in Nigeria to even Benin Republic, Ghana, or some quiet environment. Why? Because to have their comfort zone. Now, these people can still engage their part-time in farming if there is what we call social infrastructures. And it is not we that we create this social infrastructure. The system, steady water supply, good road network that will connect the rural area to the urban area,
where they will sell
so
their
that
produce.
there will not these perishable goods. If you are traveling from maybe on the highway, you pity these people. You see how our goods perishes. You know why? Connectivity, timely connectivity due to perishable stocks and all that. You know, livestock die in mass from north to the south. Tomato, vegetables, all these things, they need, our rail system are not working. Now, each locality, each rural area must be connected to the urban area. What do? We don't need passing through the road most time. The rail lines works, you know. Now, if I can access, I'm in Lagos, right? And I can access Edo State by rail in the next 2 hours. And the rail is very comfortable, whereby you just sit down and relax before you know you are in Edo State. What stopped me from, why should I have a house in Lagos? What's 2 hours? Just go to the rail line, the rail park.
Because in most countries, people actually live in other areas where
because
they actually
that is
just
the best
use
for them.
train, exactly, use train
You know,
and move from one
mental
end
health
to
is
the
a
other.
problem. Mental health is a problem right now. Most of our youth slums at 35, at 40, at 30. What's the cause? Pollution, insecurity, problems everywhere, mental health. Nobody eats good food anymore, fruit and vegetables, and we crave for these things.
No sleep.
We crave, we crave for these things. If these government are reasonable, okay, we keep on chatting government. Look how they are disgracing us publicly with propaganda and all that, deviating us from the real issue. Well, I think that is said, and I believe by the special grace of God, we know these things and we believe we'll get there.
So
okay?
do you think, I'd like to ask you a few questions about this now that you're mentioning this, because do you think that the death of, these manual jobs or artisans in the country is because of lack of substantial incentives? Do you think that maybe the monies that they're being paid for those jobs may not be sustainable enough? So they think that moving into other, kind of job in the urban areas would do it for them instead of doing those manual jobs?
Well, like
the reason I'm saying this, is that minimum wage is minimum wage across board in most developed world, right?
Okay.
If you're being charged, if you're being paid $25 per hour for a job, it is $25 per hour for a job, right? So even if you're a farmer, your hour is your job is 20. Your remuneration is $25 per hour. You understand? So there is no much difference between what a farmer will earn and what so person will earn or what so person will earn. You understand? So even if the different job specifications may have their differences in wages, the difference will not be so much. And that's why in some countries like that, or in some countries that I do know, there is no the difference between a politician's wage and that of a normal worker is not so much. Maybe just about 40 or 50 or 60%, but not in the capacity that we have in Nigeria.
Can I come in quickly? We hammer too much on financial remunerations.
Okay.
Which I remember when I was growing up in school, my secondary school days, the headmaster or the principal is less paid, but well paid, but he's so comfortable because he has. We then go to his house, we clear his farm. You see him on his table reading his newspaper. He grows his foods. Most things he gets, he grows them. And he's calm. He's good. He's sane.
Will you have your child farm for his headmaster this day and time?
No, I'm giving you an
calling it child abuse.
No. That is no. What I'm trying to say is,
go ahead.
He himself enjoyed the life of a sanitized environment. Like in advanced country, most people live the rowdy environment, and wealthy men, they get their own farm. They enjoy doing their farm. Okay, let me not deviate there anyway. What I'm trying to say is the financial remuneration we're talking about is what is fulfillment, is what the money can do for you. You will observe that if the urban-rural migration is curbed, a lot of people find more fulfillment in the rural area because it is more sanitized, it is more fulfilling, and it is even with less wages, you will live more better life standard of living is better there. Okay, let's just move apart from that one. I believe God help us, we get there. Now, the issue of this economy now we're talking about causes unemployment. This restiveness we're going through, a lot of people are too idle to start talking, too idle to concentrate on what is not supposed to concentrate on. Now, the knots can be fully harnessed. You know, poverty is a problem. When you are busy, if you meet a learned and busy Igbo man, Yoruba man, Fulani man, TV man, they don't have time for these things. They are satisfied, they are okay, they cannot discuss with you. They hear their brothers and they have a lot of Igbo friends because they want to be tribalistic here. But when you see, we are the one ashamed when we hear what our people do say. We say, come on, we have outgrown these things. We are looking at reality, not religion. That is why you observe some of the most fulfilling countries. Go check where there's nothing like religion. They are too busy with their mindset. When you want to serve God, you go to God in your own convert. There's Buddhism, there's everything, but they don't talk about those things. All they need is the common goal, the common aim of we as Nigerians. You know, when you are able to be fulfilled mentally, fulfilled psychologically and emotionally, you see that these people are playing. And that's why they impoverish these youths, because they play on the minds of the youths, so that the youths will not think. Liberation is holistic. But very soon, God help us, we'll get there. So now, when you look at these things, it has a ripple effect on we all.
Thank
now,
you.
Going back to the note from the Islamic clerics and all that, okay?
You make that very quickly because you've taken a lot of time already.
I want to do this. I want to say this. Please, let us be calm. Let us not look at the demand from the Islamic clerics or group as being biased or as being authoritative or as being demanding. They have a right to understand why that comment was made, because most of them are actually truly faithful to the cause of bringing Nigeria together. Most of them truly really feel they love this man called Peter Obi, but if there is a misunderstanding statement, they really still want to understand why this man they think they are loyal to should say this. So Peter Obi as a man owes them that obligation to explain to he is for everybody, not for only one person. So that they might want to feel left out. So they want to understand why they should not be felt left out. So I don't really see they should not put religious. We are together.
Thank you.
So everybody needs to understand the decisions and politics.
You spoken for over 10 minutes. Let's let someone else jump in on the line. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. All right. Yes, exactly. So we'll have a few messages on YouTube and WhatsApp too. Tony Chukudi says, good evening, Double P. Good job, both of you are looking wonderful. Any day I call, you both will get a wonderful name, but not INEC. And he says, please keep the good job on. We, the listeners, appreciate you. Daniel Oyemachi says, God help us, Nigerians. God is... say God don't tire. God don't tire anything. Now only on a day. No, God is not tired of anything. All right, a few more messages. Okay, so good evening, House. On the issue of palm oil, nobody wants to farm in our country anymore, and also we prefer to buy imported materials than our own locally made. On the issue of Islamic rights, I don't say they don't have the rights to complain. They don't have the right to reply anyone. Is that what you're trying to say? Ola sent in that message. What is the business of the so-called what is the business of I think we should stay out of politics as a religious leader. The truth will surely emerge sooner or later. Ima from Isolo sent in that message. His Royal Highness BC Woko says Muri giving Peter Obi 3 days ultimatum is laughable and chasing of shadow. They are just trying to change the narrative by their mischievous actions. This is very bad and sad. That's what you said. And then this message says, good evening, my dear sisters. PP, let's be sincere on this matter. Either the video or whatever was to be real, let them first of all question the Muslim ticket. I really wish to call, but the line is not connecting. Apologies. Our lines are down. So please, sincere apologies. He said, may Nigerians he said, may Nigerians just they play. Biko, Adane, let's try move to another segment that is nothing to do with politics. Yes, so we're moving to a step dance conversation now. First Lady, Lady Precious, this country is fast becoming more uninteresting. What is all these distractions about? Both Obi and his lordship, Pa Oyedepo, are too big to be linked with all the shenanigans. Even if the alleged voice recording was correct, what is seriously justifiable via from? That's what you said. The second direction is the purported call for interim government. Why have they not mentioned the brains behind that? Tony Anili from Ijegemo sent that message. Tony, on that note, we'll be wrapping up this conversation and then we'll go straight to our step down conversation. So on a lighter note, Lagos, we want to hear from you. What is your most embarrassing moment? What would you say your most embarrassing moment has been? Kizito is going to tell us what his most embarrassing moment is.
This will be interesting.
I am going to take him on the spot. Promise you're going to tell us what your most embarrassing moment has been. And I'd like to hear your most embarrassing moment. So Lagos, what has your most embarrassing moment been?
Seriously.
You would like to hear mine. You will hear mine. But let's quickly jump in on this break. We'll be right back to take our most embarrassing moments. Let's hear, laugh over it, learn from it, cry if we have to cry, if you made us cry when it happened, and move on from it. So we'll be right back, Lagos. Stay with us. The Evening Rush with Pressures, featuring sound and informed guests across various sectors to discuss matters arising on Hot Topic Party.
What was the rate of inflation, and Demi, what was the exchange rate?
Intense conversations,
Doesn't mean he's about to join any party or not. Then who will join the one that will bring about
critical analysis.
What is wrong with us 200 million people? We can't even give ourselves.
We sometimes disagree.
When we say our GDP, it's not an oil-dominated.
To agree.
Hey, like what's going on here? Your cause that
I saw that. On Hot Topic Pali, Monday to Friday, 6:15 p.m. to 9 p.m. 90.3. Voice of the People FM. Lagos. Now you have a voice. Phone lines are open. Let's take your thoughts, your reactions. What have your most embarrassing moment been? We'd like to hear from you. So the phone line to call, apologies, our smart numbers are down. Our smart number is down, so you may not be able to reach us on the smart number, but you can send us a WhatsApp message. We'd love to read on your behalf. You can call us on the WhatsApp line. We'd also love to pick your call from WhatsApp to hear from you what your most embarrassing moment is. So the number to call, WhatsApp line is 0700 903 9039. 0700 903 9039. Our other smart number, it's down, but this one you can call on WhatsApp only. WhatsApp only. You can send a message or call the WhatsApp line 0700 903 9039. And the other number to call is 0816 442 5875. 0816 442 5875. Promise, I'm waiting for you to share your most embarrassing moment. Please. Let me take this phone call. Let me see if it goes through. Hello, good evening to you. Hello, are you there? So promise, the phone lines want you to share your most embarrassing moments.
My worst embarrassing moment.
Yes, the one that's
really personal to me. I don't think I want to share that. However, I will have some recordings. Maybe you should play that.
Are you kidding me? You're bailing on me. You're bailing on me. No way. Hello, good evening. Oh, please don't call this line. Try to call the WhatsApp line instead so that we can have a better conversation. So we did ask David, our producer, and
do we have to?
In fact, let's
do we have to name them?
Let's see. Hello, good evening. Hello. Are you there? All right. I'd rather you help us turn up the volume on your radio set. Hello, good evening. Oh goodness, this line is down. You can try to reach us on the other line. So we did ask a couple of in-house people, right, about the embarrassing moments, and promise our producer interviewed them. Take a listen to what he had to say about the embarrassing moment.
My embarrassing moment was the day I put on the trouser. So I never knew the trouser has torn under. So the woman was just looking at me. I was like, why is this man looking at me?
You were posing.
Yeah, she never knew. Yeah, she never knew. So she was just seeing something dangling there. I'm like, ah. So when I noticed, I was like, God. Yeah, I feel that's my embarrassing moment.
To say, was he not wearing boxers? I don't know. I didn't ask that question. Were you not wearing boxers? Or probably something escaped and started dangling from the boxers. I can't tell. I'm going to share the other one. Hello, good evening. Yes, good evening. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Huh? Hello? Oh dear. All right. So let me share David's most embarrassing moments. Let's see. Let's take a listen.
My most embarrassing moment is when I went to swimming pool. Then when I jumped inside the swimming pool, I was swimming. Then I noticed that my boxers was no more on my waist, so I was almost naked in the swimming pool. It was so embarrassing that I barely noticed that I was naked. My prick was just flying up and down. So.
Okay. Lagos, apologies to that uncensored word. Please forgive us. Apologies. So we didn't see that coming, honestly speaking.
So why is it centered around boxers and pants?
I don't know. I think men's most embarrassing moment has to do with something.
Region.
But if you also look at females' most embarrassing moments, you probably had to, because a couple of people shared their experiences with, and they did mention a few things too. And a few women said, so there was a woman who shared her experience on a program I was in the morning and said her worst embarrassing moment was, you know how women wear skirts and you're wearing an undies and the band to the undies is slacked.
Oh,
you didn't know.
So
she was in church, she was dancing, praising God and dancing. And somebody now called her attention and like, your pants they grand. your undies is on the floor. You understand?
Wow.
That dropped to her legs.
And she didn't notice.
She was too carried away in church. She didn't pay attention to that. And that was very, very embarrassing. I can imagine that. Hello, good evening to you.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, good evening. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Hello? Hello? All right, Lagos, phone lines are open. Let's take your thoughts, your reactions. Yes, the lines are down. We've always known that. The lines are down. So let's take your embarrassing moment. I would like to hear from you. How... it is a man. It is a man. Thank you. Welcome. What's your name, sir?
Okay, I'm Ahmed calling from Maryland.
Ahmed, you're welcome. How are you? From Maryland of Nigeria?
Yes.
Because we have another person calling us from another Maryland. All right. So help us share your most embarrassing moments. Can we hear?
Yes. My embarrassing moment was when I was in the village having a meeting like that. I heard some in the meeting. A lot of ladies are there, like 10 of them. In the meeting, I heard something like, ah! I was like, oh my God. I started clearing my food. Before I know, I hear another one. Ah! That one, oh God.
And what was that?
What is popping like that?
I meant now.
You farted.
Oh my God.
You couldn't control it.
I cannot control it that day.
So you were using clearing of throat to distract them. Who told you they didn't know it's you? Who told you they would not know it's you?
So how did you feel?
It sounds very loud.
It sounds very loud.
So that day, I had to tell you the truth. I can't even eat. I was like,
oh, I'm shy on your behalf, seriously. Sorry.
Thank you so much. So thank you so much for calling. So you know what? Someone did share his experience with me. I said that he was dressed up like he was going for a job interview, well cacked up, and then he was in a public transport. And you know how you wear your tie, your all that in a public transport, and something that looks like fat popped out. And he thought he farted, but he didn't know it was.
He didn't know.
He didn't know it was major. He didn't know it was major that leaked out, not the fat. And Boy, his trousers were stained.
Oh wow!
And he was heading for an interview.
Oh wow!
So instead of
that must be really embarrassing.
Very embarrassing. So instead of farts, it was Major that came out. Of course, they come out from the same space, and it was. He said he was really very dressed up and was that he was very.
So how did he manage? How did he get home? What happened?
He used his file to cover his back and took a
Did
bike.
people notice?
Of course, people would have noticed. It was very embarrassing for me. I can imagine how embarrassing that is. Hello, good evening to you. Hello. Can you help me turn up the volume of your radio set, please? Hello. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, good evening. Can you help me turn up the volume of your radio set, please? All right. So for those who want to call us here, I see Michael Chinedum says what's the number to call. So if you want to call the WhatsApp line, that is WhatsApp call. WhatsApp number to call is 0700 903 9039. That's on WhatsApp. WhatsApp call alone. You can't get that on direct call. 0700 903 9039. 0700 903 9039. But if you want to do a direct call, it is to 0816 442 5875. 0816 442 5875. All right, hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. You're back again.
Yeah, I'm back again.
All right, welcome.
Yeah, thank you. See, my own. When I was in labor to give birth to my first child.
Okay. My heart is beating now that you mentioned labor. I don't want it to be what I'm thinking, but go ahead.
What are you thinking?
I don't know. Maybe what I'm thinking may not be what she's thinking. So let's go ahead.
Honestly. So, it was a private hospital. So my husband has not come. I was in pain. The nurses left me there and was going about doing other things. So when the pain became so much that I couldn't bear it, I had to rush to one of the wards here and I started banging at the door so that somebody there will come out and help me to go and call the nurses. So it now happened that it was 2 young boys that came to see their friend or brother that had an accident.
Were you naked?
She was uncovered.
No, I wasn't.
Okay.
So when they now came out, instead of going to call the nurse, they came and they were helping me to rub my waist.
That's nice.
Yeah, the pain was holding me. So later, one of them went to call the nurses and they came and took me in. Yeah, I did that. So when my husband came, they went to my husband and said, "We help you to rub your wife."
We have to say it.
We should go and buy wine for us. So we are the one that
helped to rub her back.
So what was your husband's reaction?
What was your husband's reaction?
He was laughing.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for sharing. Gracias. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Hey.
So what do you think it was?
What did I think it was? I'm not going to say.
Is it
did you agree to share your own experience? Why would I share? Hello, Jare. Good evening. Hello. Are you in the market, my brother man? Good evening. It's not morning, it's evening. Hello. All right. Let's go back to the phone lines. Hello, good evening. Hello, are you there? Hello. All right. Okay, I don't understand what is happening. All right, so let me see if I can take some WhatsApp messages because I have quite a number of them here. Okay, maybe after a few more calls. Hello, good evening. Hello. All right, hello, good evening.
Hello.
Yes, good evening. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you. I'm Mrs. Peter calling from Ikosu.
Mrs. Peter, you're welcome. Go ahead. Let's hear you.
All right. Then that was before I got married. So there's this guy that was asking me out.
And, I don't like him, so I didn't accept. So one day he decided to just, I don't know, whether to start, I don't know how to put it. He just invited another girl where I was working, because that was where he was coming to meet me. So he invited the girl there, because there's a canteen there, and I was around that place. So I was told
why would he invite another girl to a place where you were where I don't know, it's not your business because you were not interested anyway. So let's go ahead.
So there's a canteen, so they came to eat. So they were just doing their lovey thing there in front of me.
And you were watching?
Yes.
Sorry.
And I ignored them. And I stood up to use the toilet. After which, I never knew that my skirt, the thing stuck in my pants. And I was just doing my guy.
And you wanted to do your I don't care. Do what you want
I don't
to do.
care. I was just doing my guy, doing my I don't care, coming out. So it was even the guy that said, Mercy, please bring down your skirt. Man, I just felt like the ground should just open. Let me enter.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Thank you, you guys.
But did he end up being your friend?
No. I don't like him at all. He talks too much.
I beg, Joe. Thank God you escaped. You escaped the stray bullets. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Well, thank God it wasn't your crush. Imagine if that happened to you when you're in front of your crush.
Right?
And your crush just says,
in front of your crush.
I beg, remove your skirts. Bring her, pull off your skirts. No, that would be crazy. Hello, good evening to you. Yes, good evening. We need to find out how you say. I beg, help us quench the voice of your radio. Quench and finish.
My name is Kosi.
Kosi.
Yeah.
Kosi, where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Ocean.
Oh yeah, Kosi, share your experience with us.
Your most embarrassing experience.
Your most embarrassing experience. You didn't say what? Molu.
All this long bus now. So I just want to toilet. All this guy toilet. That's how they sweat like this. It's not good.
Chai. How you manage?
My manager, as I come down and see my speed, I just go where these people there. I saw this people who for that toilet, this public toilet, they outside.
Chai.
People who that outside, they dance.
How you can manage? I hope I hope say nothing escape before you finally get chance.
Just no, just the woman no say the thing the only way because I can't know the other boy come I go enter. That's all my
Sorry. See, plenty of us, even promise they saying sorry, have been in that condition. So we are telling you sorry from experience, all of us. On behalf of all of us, we're telling you sorry from experience. We have all been there, done that. So we understand. May purging not happen to us afar from where we can get comfort. May it never happen to any of us. In fact, it's a prayer contact. It's a prayer point. Thank you so much for sharing. I appreciate you. Thank you. Hello, good evening to you. Hello.
Precious Winter engineer.
Nedu Buchi Yakubu. Since you find name they give me, I'm gonna give you different names. Nedu, what will be your most embarrassing moments?
Yeah, it was 1998 at Orire Coca precisely.
Okay.
Then I was staying at Sarigamu. So I was coming back from Idumata. And I saw these people that is selling local medicine on the way. You know, this at close to the Orire market. They're always there. They park their car.
Just they talk. People will know the place, go know the place. I'm not sure that to sabi with you they talk, but go ahead.
So they're always there. So and this their medicine. They always say if you have stomach problem. I mean, I used to have worm. Like I used to have worm problem. So and they have worm they put in the bottle. So you just believe. Lagos is Lagos. They can put salt and sand in the bottle and tell you that it cures everything. So and I bought it, and it was Harvest and Bazaar the same day. So, hello?
I didn't hear you, they talk.
Okay, no laugh now. Kuda. It was Harvest and Bazaar. So, you need to, it was so bitter, you need to take it with Fanta. And they said if you are having stomach problem, if you are purging too much, you need to take red oil.
Okay.
You know how devil used to go to church and work at the same time. I took this thing and I went to Harvest. I went to Bazaar. It was on Monday. I went to Bazaar. So 5 minutes of my arriving, I noticed my stomach is not the same. So for me to move around, it's not even late. I couldn't walk anymore.
Wow.
I have to walk slow motion.
You were in pain, or it was coming out? Something was about to pop out.
It was about to. So I'm thinking there is no toilet anywhere. So there is gutter there, and cars are behind the gutter. So I have to jump inside the gutter.
Wow. Wow. Oh my God.
I have to jump inside the gutter. I tell you, I don't know whatever that I have in me that is coming out. After I was scared that I was stop laughing. See this one.
Okay,
I was scared. I was scared like these people can kill somebody. I swear to God. It was too much. So this is emergency. You don't even have tissue, nothing.
I say it's a national emergency, not just. I say this thing has happened to a few of us almost at one point or the other in our lives. So don't worry, we are laughing from experience.
I just have to even use the carton I saw there
and do the needful.
Use it to. I managed the carton. So the next thing I did is I rushed to the nearest compound. I begged them for red oil because they said if you are having much issue, then you should use red oil. So when I asked them for the red oil, the woman bring out the red oil. It's in a Lucozade Boost bottle. They could give me small. I grab it. I put everything in my mouth, drinking it like water. I tell the woman, "Don't worry, I will give you the money. Don't worry, I will give you the money. I want to save my life." But the red oil saved me.
So it controlled.
I advise every Nigerian, never you any nonsense on the traffic. All these things they market, they can kill you. They can kill you.
Thank you for sharing your experience, Nedu. I don't envy you. Hello, good evening. Please help us turn up the volume of your radio set. Have you? Hello? Hello? Are you there? Hello? All right, we may not have to wait for you forever. Hello, good evening. Are you there? Okay. Hello, good evening to you.
Good evening, Mrs. Precious.
Yes, please. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. Go ahead.
My name is Mecca from Sowore.
From where? Surulere.
Yes.
Mecca, welcome. Go ahead. Let's hear your experience.
Okay. My most embarrassing experience I had was one Sunday I wanted to go to a program in my ministry. So I went in, we were praying, as usual, what happened in church. But when I came, there was no space, so I have to sit by the staircase side. So, and there was other people around. So unfortunately, I was on a white top.
Okay, white top, white shirt.
Yes, white shirt.
Okay.
So there was there was a woman who is about to vomit,
and she now vomited, and almost all she vomited was on my back.
She was sick.
I don't know. I want to speak. She was sick or she was afraid. I don't know.
Oh, so she emptied the
okay.
entire puke on you.
Yeah. So I was like, and the church, the church has video cameras and even CCTV cameras. I was like, give me I was embarrassed. So my arrangement was very far from there. I have to take the toilet in the ministry. So that for me is my most embarrassing moment that I ever had.
Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for sharing. All right, promise. So you refuse to share your most embarrassing moment with us?
So personal to me.
It's very personal to you.
I don't want to share.
Okay, no problem. Let's take one more call. Hello, good evening. Hello, are you there? Hello? All right.
Hello.
Hello.
Good evening.
All right, good evening, please. Go ahead.
First time caller.
Hey,
welcome to our show.
Thank you for joining us. What's your name, please?
Faith from Ijibo.
Faith, you're welcome. Oh, yeah, Faith, share your embarrassing moment. I like the fact that, another woman is calling.
The worst moment was when I want to write my girls' PW exam. So my monthly flow just burst out and I was soaked. All my body was pain. So after the exam, when I got off, someone just tell me that your body was pain. So I was like, oh my goodness. So I was just shy and I was like, form of disgrace because my body was so soaked. So they just give me something to cover up. Before I got it, I was already stained. So before I just walk home like.
Oh, so sorry. Oh my goodness.
Sorry.
Oh. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Look, that's the size of a package.
Womanhood.
Story of womanhood. At some point, at one point or the other, as a growing girl, you probably may have experienced this too, right? Okay, Lagos, thank you so much for sharing your experiences. Thank you to those who called us and have been part of the show. We appreciate you a lot. We'll do this Monday to Friday from 6:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. Tomorrow, Friday, will be 6:30 p.m. So we'll be looking forward to you joining us on the show and sharing your experiences with us. My name is Precious Amy. You want to catch me and know what I'm about on social media? On Instagram, I am at Precious Amy Official. On Twitter, I am at Precious_Amy.
And my name is Promise Lagos and Zinifab on Instagram and Twitter, ZINNE. And on Facebook, I'm going to share my Facebook account today. On Facebook, my name is Ezine Wanyoma. You see how it's sweet? Ezine Wanyoma. Catch me up on Facebook. It's been an amazing evening, right?
So, Ezine Wanyoma.
I like it. I love it.
She's the author and finisher of this program. She's the producer of the show. So all of the content and topics that we discuss is courtesy of her. Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining us, Lagos. Have an amazing evening. Leaving you in the hands of Beyonce with Hello. Good night.